Hey, how's it going, everybody? A booyakasha. It's me, Henry, with another episode of Tarkov Language School. This is Customs Part 2, where we go over different graffiti and writing in customs, going over some, both translations and the lore and nuances of everything that we go over. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do here. We take language learning and we put a twist on it, bring video games into the mix, and I could be teaching Polish, I could be teaching Ukrainian, I could be teaching Russian. Right now, we're focusing on Russian. We have opened Tarkov Language School to the masses, and we're going to be teaching Russian using Tarkov with that in the background. If you're also new to the channel, I stream every Tuesday and Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Come check me out. And that's where I answer questions, and we do every hour on the hour a 20-minute language lesson going over different vocabulary, and most likely it's theme-based, right? So military, travel, lifestyle, whatever the case may be for that given stream. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy. All right, everybody, let's get started. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with this area over here back behind Big Red. I want to kind of go into what this place is really all about. It's a conglomerate of a couple of different things that you'll find in Slavic countries, and in the way that it's found is very common in post-communist countries. Well, I guess they're all post-communist, like Soviet bloc countries. Anyway, so right here on the wall, let's go over just some of the lettering on this building specifically. Right here we got the sh, I, n, o, m, o, n, t, a, j, right? And that word is shinemontage. And that is a like rim guy, right? That's somebody who, a mechanic that deals with specifically with rims, right? And right here we got diagnostica, right? Which is diagnosis, essentially troubleshooting. So you have rims and diagnosis. It's a mechanic shop. It's a place where you can go get your car worked on. Now, these areas back here are correctly termed for, like, generally speaking, people call this the right thing. These are garages, right? And in Soviet countries, you'll find garages like this because there's a lack of storage. Generally, people they live in high rises. I'll ping a picture of what they look like here in a second. And next to those areas, because there's no fad or there's no custom of having like a storage unit that's multi-level. Now they're becoming more popular, but generally speaking, in the past, you would buy yourself this like mobile garage thing, and you would rent this space around it. Same thing with these. These are more permanent structures, and these cost more, and they're more secure, right? So you could drill a hole in this, but I mean, you could drill a hole in the doors of these anyway, but these generally are more permanent for people who have been there. Usually first come, first serve, right? And imagine if this was the center of this was not filled with these mobile units. So yeah, you can even see they didn't add the locks to them. But that's what this place is. And then right here in the corner with the car on top of it is the mechanic shop. This is, there's actually a quest back here, which is actually pretty cool to add to it. But this is a mechanic shop, and this is where he would do all his work. All right, a little bit of an extra tidbit that I normally don't do whenever I'm making these videos, but I didn't know that they blocked it off. That's crazy. So you used to be able to get onto this gabagool, but they've thus blocked it. I think they've blocked it on all of them, because I used to be able to get on the one on interchange, and I've made the video, and I think somebody blocked it. Anyway. If you want to get up here where I am even, you gotta just, so really, hopefully I get this first try. Don't judge me if I don't, but you just jump up, right, on this side. Jump up again, and you gotta get it just right, because you can vault on all, you really gotta try to get that. Oh, I almost got it. You can try it on this side too. but it'll knock you off. Let's try it again. It won't be first try. Like I said, it's kind of finicky, and you gotta get it just right. There we go. Perfect, but you can't go further than that. I guess it's kind of a cool angle. You can see if people are across, but you can't get the angle that you used to. Yeah, that's all you can see. Interesting. So we actually got some more graffiti coming up here. If we look across from the big red side, we see this giant sign right here. And just to go over the lettering for those who are still learning the alphabet, we got the N, yeah, nya, P, R, O, yeah, ha, a, t, and then the soft sign. We read it не проехать, and it means no pass through with a vehicle. Like you cannot go. There's a in the Russian language, there's something called motion verbs, just as if like we have it in English, like to move, right? But it's different, right? So with this, you have ехать, which means to drive, and you can only do that in a car, right? You can't drive a scooter. You can't drive, or like if you're going somewhere in a vehicle, you have to use this verb. If you're not using a vehicle and you're going by foot, you have to use ходить, which is to walk. And in this instance, we have a variation of the word, the negative, right? Instead of нет, as you know, нет as being no, here it's without the T, right? You would expect to see a T there, but there isn't. Why? Because if you want to say there is no capability of, then you say it before the verb, and you would write it this way without the T. And we'll get more into what these suffixes mean about different words, but generally speaking, right here we have не проехать once again. Right up here, we're actually going to be coming up to some interesting graffiti points. Right here on to the right on the way up to Ruoff. And it might not look like that E that we have here, but it's written in lowercase, as you can see here, just like that. And it's in the same form. So we have не, and then we can expect this to be a verb, which is грусти. We have, again, the не, the g, the r, the u, the s, the t, and then the backwards n, which is the e. Не грусти, which means don't be sad. Then we have to the right of it some kind of graffiti, and I still haven't been able to decipher it. We see an R right here, of course, and we see the ya, the backwards R. We also see an U. I'm not 100% sure, but this is a word. I'm assuming that it's a name of somebody, or it might be key. No, I have no idea. I've been trying to decipher it for a couple minutes now, but if you know, and you're a Russian speaker and you can tell this the drop of a hat, please tell me. I'm very interested in what it is, and I'm sure that the community would be as well. But we're in Crack House right now, and in my previous video, we actually went over what some of these buildings are and like what purpose they serve in the whole grand scheme of things. So if you walk into Crack House from the front door, you'll see a little wall right here with a bunch of documents on it. And these documents are very nuanced. Let's talk about some of them. So right there, it's the second document right here. You can't tell if you don't zoom in, but see, if you look at the top portion of the scope, like right wherever it starts to get a little darker, we can actually make out what it says. So the first word is ministerstvo, so ministry. Внутренних. Yeah, внутренних. Yeah, внутренних дел Российской Федерации. So it's the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the Russian Federation. Very interesting. So some kind of things. And then we have right here, Верховный суд Российской Федерации. So the High Court of the Russian Federation. And then right there, I think it says Deklaracja. No. Maybe we'll get a better look at it like this. Определение. So right there, we have like the reasoning for what is going on and whatever this document is telling these people to do. Right here, we have a prikaz, which is an order, right? It's like an order for somebody to do something or a certain entity to do something. You can find a lot of cool documents found like all across Tarkov that go into detail, have certain nuances of what's going on really with that building, because that's like basically an information board. Here we have a little poster, which Всегда на чеку, which is also another socialist poster going along with that theme of like that socialist communist factory area. It means always on alert, right? We got a satellite there in the background. We got rockets pointed out and a guy holding a remote ready to blast away. Here, of course, we have some Tarkov beer, right? That's a given. We'll see if we can find some more writing. This stuff is very hard to make out. I can't really tell what some of this stuff says. So, very morbidly, there's a couple of books in here that I want to translate for everybody. Of course, I know the big ones that already have like, you know, train quantum physics, how to teach quantum physics to your dog, like the meme ones. But this one's actually pretty, morbid in its nature. Ядерное оружие, развитие тактики. So this is nuclear weapons and its development of the tactical developments. You can see that all over the place. This one is Vienski, some kind of novel about success, uspiecha. Something, that's his last name, Vienski. And then success. Some success help books. Probably a meme of like how to get rich. The rich get rich, like Millionaire Dad or whatever. How to get rich quickly like a dad. I don't remember that fucking book. You guys remember that book? I do. So here we're at the gas station, and there's a couple of pretty interesting signs here. This is new gas. I want to go ahead and go over some of these signs for everybody. Here we go. We have B, Ye, N, Z, I, N, A, Niet. No gasoline. Benzina, Niet. And that's in the genitive case. If we want to go over some case systems, please let me know. We'll go over that in another video separate to this one. Right over here, the front door of the gas station, we have a phrase right above the door written Каждому каждому с в, right? That's the V. That's the little lowercase. In English, it would be the lowercase b, but it's v. O. And then it doesn't have the two dots over it, but here you can see it kind of has it, but it's just a part of the building, right? It's a play on scratches, essentially. Svoyo, because that's the yo. And then we have m, n, ye, t, v. They have a uppercase here. O, yo. So, каждому своё, мне твоё. So everybody has their own things, right? Everybody's got their, and you can say that in a metaphorical way, like everybody's got their own way. direct translation, everybody has theirs, but yours goes to me. And this is pretty cool because back in the day, whenever Tarkov, you know, popped off, gas station, like, you had to come through this bitch. You had to come through here before they added all that stuff in the background. So thank you very much once again. Catch me live every Tuesday and Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. And sometimes the streams, they go longer than that. If people are engaging and people want to learn more about the Russian language, I will go over literally anything and everything if it has to do with language. I want to be able to teach you. I want you to be able to come out of my streams knowing a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Booyakasha.